Big round of applause right now. Big!
Broadcasting from the top of Saddleback, Maine's favorite mountain. This is WRGY Rangeley, real community radio.
24 times a day, that mellifluous voice comes to our ears, and we know we are listening to one of the best community radio stations in all of Rangeley.
Yes.
And no matter where she is, no matter what she's doing, Kate drops everything and runs into the studio and gives the station ID. Did anybody know it was Kate Van Etten?
No.
Yeah. If you didn't, now you know the person connected to the voice.
Welcome to the Mountain Home Companion variety show. Patent not pending.
I'm looking at you, Carolyn.
Styled after the Donnie and Marie, Captain and Tennille, and Sunny and Cher shows. I'm Marie, Tennille, and Cher. And Tim, well, he's just lucky to be here. Tonight, we will be bringing more talent onto the stage than Ed Sullivan would in a year, if a year were 10 minutes. I'm Iris Ramirez.
And I'm Timothy Stroud.
And this is WRGY
90.5 FM.
All right, so we're gonna just talk about some of our show hosts that we have here on WRGY. We got Mark Lathrop with Mark's Eclectic Hour.
And we've got Ernie Gurney. That name has been patented.
That one has.
Yeah.
We got Russ Murley, a constant ray of sunshine.
Dean Gray, the voice that never quits.
We got Kate Van Etten, who is the top of the hour.
Ron Hoare, gone but not forgotten.
And we got Randy Buckley, who does record highs.
And he beats the highs every single day. We want to thank our underwriters. We have 56 of them right now who help support.
56 underwriters. And we wanted to give a shout out to the businesses who donated to the wonderful gifts you all have today. So there's Rangeley Adventure Company, Rangeley Friends of the Arts for hosting us in this lovely space. We have the Rangeley Hideaway, Snow Source, Speckled Axe Wood Roasted Coffee, and we have George Buck and an anonymous donor.
Ooh, anonymous. Such intrigue. And who could it be? Are you here? Yeah. That's so much for being anonymous. And our board members. Their yawning gets a little tiresome, but they sure do get the job done.
Okay, so we have Greg Andrews, Dave McMillan, Russ Murley, Amanda La Liberty, and Terry Goon as our board members. So
and we want to thank our listeners. Thanks for having ears.
And also thank you to our audience.
Without you, we're nothing but ham radio enthusiasts.
Speaking of ham, the ham sandwiches back there? Yeah.
To die for, said the pig. Thank you!
And then we have our wonderful house band back here.
Dan McMillan, Duncan Stewart. Suncan Dam.
Suncan Dam. All right, and then we also have Sonja Johnson over here who's working on She's capturing the essence of Rangeley today, so thank you so much. And at the end of this event, towards the end, we're going to auction off the painting. So get ready. Get your wallets ready, everyone.
For the entire show, she's going to be there painting.
Yeah.
While everything's going on here.
Yeah, I could never. Just too many distractions.
Pressure, geez.
That canvas alone costs $75. Just a little perspective.
And we got a fun announcement too. So starting now, you can say, Alexa, play WRGY 90.5 FM. Here's a fun little story for you all. I gave my bestie neighbor cousin, as I call him, Ross Gordon, I gave him a radio because he's moving soon. And I knew he was going to miss hearing my voice just across that paper-thin wall. So give him a radio, and I said, here, you can listen to me all day. And so for you all, I'm giving you the same gift by giving you the gift of Alexa. So I'm not giving you an Alexa just that you can listen to it. So.
Hey, Alexa! So full-time residents call Rangeley home for many reasons. Maybe it's the pristine nature of the environment or the simple living, the way it feels like you've stepped through a time machine to get here, or your family has lived here for generations, or maybe, just maybe, you're hiding from the FBI. But don't worry, I don't think the FBI exists anymore. Whatever the reason, this is our home. And those of you visiting us from away, thanks for choosing to spend your hard inherited dollars here instead of Boca Raton.
There's a few reasons you may be listening to us on the radio. One could be you thought you turned on the microwave.
The Bluetooth isn't working in your car.
Serious just isn't serious enough.
You're checking to see how your donations are being spent.
Is the transmitter working? Because we've been on a roll lately, actually.
We have been on a roll. How many of you feel like, why is the transmitter down? Yeah. You know why? I don't know.
That's another show, Tim. Yeah, so we also wanted to give a shout out again to RFA.
Yeah, the radio station is ensconced in the front left molar of this building, and it's just stuck there, and it's our home inside of their home, and you folks coming here are visitors in our home.
And did you all know that actually the studio for WRGY is the old box office? That's where we are, so that's why it's a little desk going on, and then we have the window that opens. It's the old box office, which is pretty cool.
And after that, it was Dance Dance Mania, where the kids, you guys remember this? Yeah. They did better.
Not me dancing, Tim. Tim got that.
Go ahead. We've got trivia.
We got trivia.
Trivia question, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What was Freddie Mercury's real name? And no, it was not Venus Flytrap. Anyone?
Frederick Gordon.
Ooh, close.
Frederick Gordon. No,
Close.
sorry.
Farouk Bulsara. Surprising. You got that. All right, another one. What is the name of the daily program here at WRGY between 9 and 10 in the morning?
Ron Hoare.
Oldies.
Ron Hoare Oldies. Yeah, Ron, really, this was his vision. Getting a radio station here in our small town, and through his hard work and determination, that is a primary reason as to why we are here right now with you folks in this room. So Ron, some people complain that we play too much country. Not that one apparently. Others complain we're too much like NPR. Well, that sounds like success to me.
That sounds like a loss of funding to me, too.
Coming to Rangeley in July is like walking into a tank of fundraising piranhas, picking the meat off your wallets. This organization and that charity and this nonprofit and that house of worship, the churches love the summer season. If they were movie theaters, then most of the year, it's as though they're showing indie films. And in the summer, it's Marvel sequels and prequels.
And like any worthy endeavor in a capitalist-based society, we are beholden to all of our advertisers to keep us on the air. And the first part of tonight's Mountain Home Companion
Is?
Okay, sorry. Is brought to you by Aunt Flo's Fly Fishing Flies. match about anything, she says, except a boyfriend. That's Aunt Flo's Fly Fishing Flies, where that time of the month to fish is every day.
And throughout the evening, we're going to be visiting regularly with our local meteorologist, Russ Murley, with the goings-on in the sky. And first, forecast is here now. Russ Murley.
I had to write it down. Sunday's my day off. I can't remember anything. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give you the forecast for this week. 4 times tonight. Here's your latest forecast for the Rangeley Lakes area. Tomorrow, chance of rain. Tuesday, a slightly higher chance of rain. Wednesday, we're going to stop pretending we know what's happening. Thursday, maybe some type of weather. Friday, guess what? Stormageddon, but it's been canceled. We're going to do that next week.
You've got a ball! It's a big ball, is it not?
Okay, so we're gonna raffle off, do our first raffle of the evening, so you all should have gotten a raffle ticket. So this one is for a WRGY t-shirt, so everyone, ooh, ah. Okay, so if I read your number, congrats.
House lights.
I think they're all the same, beginning number 33918, is that the same number? Okay, awesome.
See it.
087. Awesome, so anytime we do a raffle after the show, you're gonna meet with us in the lobby and we'll get you your prize, so don't worry.
And we'll make sure that we're gone by the time you do.
It wouldn't just be a winning event if we didn't have this legend with us. With him, the hottest singer in the entire town with a constant temperature of 102 degrees. Here we go, Tom Ball and Peggy Knox.
All right, welcome everybody.
hunting season in the woods of Maine, and the deer were moving out of the woods and into town. The Armstrongs were visiting their third home, away from home, away from home.
Look, a deer in our backyard.
Big deal.
A female.
Hey, beat it.
She isn't moving a muscle.
I'll go get my rifle.
Don't you dare.
Stupid deer.
The deer weren't stupid. They were strategic. They knew that the town ordinance forbade hunting within town limits. So the deer came into what was considered a sanctuary. They were everywhere, running across roads, inviting themselves to barbecues, dancing in a rumble line down Main Street.
Hey, you stupid deer.
They came singly and then in extended family groups.
Listen, we got a herd of deer here digging up our lawn and eating the trees and leaving their scat, and I should go out in the yard and do what? Scat, you deer.
Every morning, the deer stood near where the kids played.
Look at those deer. Awesome.
You think deer would eat salami sandwiches?
I don't know. Let's see.
Here, dear. Here, dear. Hey, he likes it. How about some Doritos? Wow, what nice teeth you have.
Thanks.
He just said something.
Of course I said something. I'm a deer, not a dope.
What's your name?
John.
Cool.
You kids want to come meet my family?
Wow, cool.
Meanwhile, their daddy was at the golf course.
Hey, nice job. Real nice.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on.
Oh, boy, it's rolling right up the green.
Come on, baby. Come on. What?
That deer is running out and grabbing your ball.
Hey, you. Hey!
The golf ball was still there, and under it was a piece of paper with writing on it.
We have
The handwriting, or rather hoof writing, was poor. The result of trying to hold back a black crayon with a cloven hoof.
We have your kids. Give us what we want and you get your kids back. Signed, John Doe.
He was a good daddy who drove a modest pickup truck to work and threw his recyclables into the appropriate bins and was guilty of occasional road rage. And he listened to talk radio call-in shows on the radio.
And that's why you should hate everyone else.
And he was busy draining lakes and cutting forests to make room for more strip malls. And he was a good daddy, and so he was heartbroken. And when the angry townies gathered with their flaming torches, shaking their hairy fists, the daddy stood up and spoke.
Listen, let's not all of us go out there and scare them. I don't want them to hurt my kids. I'll go alone.
Well, be sure and take a rifle.
No, I don't need a rifle. I'm going to use diplomacy.
And so the daddy went into a deep forest. Really deep. So deep that he was stepping on branches and leaves and stuff. Along the river. A burbling river. A wild river. And he made his way through the underbrush to a ravine where he slid down.
Oh no, I'm sliding!
Through some blueberry bushes to a clearing, and there stood a deer. A male with a mighty pair of antlers.
Hello. I'm looking for my kids. I'm sorry, but I don't understand deer. Did you find someone who can speak English? Please?
He waited for a minute, and then a young female emerged from the brush.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I speak a little English. My name is Abby.
Abby Deer?
Well, in deer culture, we put the last name first.
Okay.
But you can call me Abby.
Abby? I'm the father of the kids. Are they safe?
Oh yes, they're eating grass and leaves.
Really? We could never get them to eat vegetables. Can I have my kids back? I miss them. I haven't been as good a dad as I wish I were. I want another chance, please.
Okay, but on one condition.
What?
I want you to shoot my ex-husband.
Really? I thought deer were monogamous.
So did I, then he went off with Jane. Their love nest is about a mile from here. I can show you.
I don't think I can do that somehow. I'm a changed person. I don't think I can kill anything ever again. What's that?
What do you think it is? It's your deer rifle.
Please, don't aim that at me.
Don't make me do it, mister.
Abby,
John.
I came back.
Oh, John.
I woke up and smelled the coffee. Abby, it was a hunter. He took a shot at me and missed. It made me realize how precious life is and how much I love you.
Daddy!
Hi, Dad. And so the kids came home safe. The deer family was reunited. The human daddy stopped building strip malls and started growing hemp to make clothes. His home away from home became an Airbnb so people who could only barely afford vacations away from home could experience the good life in Maine's backwoods. How about that? The next portion of our show is being brought to us by local legend, hunting and fishing guide, Wrong Way McGee. He can get you into the woods, but you'll have to find your own way out. That's Wrong Way McGee for all your hunting and fishing needs. And remember, bring your own compass. Ooh, another winner.
Yeah, we got another raffle going on. So this one here is for a 3 boxes of Speckled Axe coffee. So if you don't know who Speckled Axe is, they're based out in Portland, Maine. They wood roast their coffee. It's a really cool process. I love coffee. I've had too much. So we have 3 boxes of coffee and a Hideaway tumbler from the Hideaway. And we also have some tea that they gave us as well. So we're going to give that to a lucky winner. All right. Same numbers 054. We got a winner over here. In the lobby, we'll get that to you. So congratulations. We got another weather report.
All right, thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome.
We have another weather report with Russ Murley.
Are you guys ready for another weather report?
Yes.
Okay, today's weather. Temperatures reached a high of 82 in Rangeley. But honestly, that didn't matter because nobody went outside. Everyone was burned out from the long holiday weekend. Sunshine appeared briefly. We weren't ready for it, and it left. Tonight, expect total darkness. Starting after sunset, of course, and it should last all night. Temps will plummet. faster than your self-esteem after checking your Instagram feed.
Yes, okay. Awesome. So next up, we have Leslie Ferguson presenting Wanda's cherished tale of Half-Baked Joe.
Okay, so I'm Leslie Ferguson Packard, and my mother was a historian, writer here. So she is listening. She's 92 in a nursing home, partially blind, and we should shout out, "Hi, Wanda!" Yay! So I am fifth generation of these women who live very long lives, and go that way. Very interesting, and I'm from a very colorful family. I'm part of the Oaks, the Dunhams, the Ellises, the Quimbys, the Hoars, oh that's a good one, the Fergusons, the Huntoons, and who knows what other tribe I'm from. So, and that's clear because when I was in high school, I kept bringing boyfriends home, and I'd bring them home, and my mother would say, "No, that's your second cousin." "No, that's your third cousin on your father's side." I'm like, oh my God. So I went several states away to find somebody I was not related to. I think so. So anyway, we're going to introduce a bunch of my family members to you and tell you a story that my mother wrote, which is called Half-Baked Joe. I know you're thinking he's either smoking pot or alcohol, but there's a different story here, right? Okay. So we've got some pictures here, and we're going to go through those. That is my great-great-grandmother, Geneva. She lived up in Dallas Plantation, and she was a midwife, which is sort of an unregistered nurse that goes and helps deliver babies and whatever else she can do. The next slide is also, well, that was kind of cool because she wasn't famous but very well known as a midwife, so they named Geneva Brook after her up in Dallas Plantation. And we have another photo of her on Main Street. And to the right, that's your laundromat now. So it's kind of fun to know. And then the next character in this story is her daughter, which is Grace Dunham. And she's the one that is going to get pregnant here. And then she falls in love with Claude Ray Ellis. And except that he died from the epidemic in 1918, the flu. And there's just it's kind of a, not fun statistic, but it's interesting. The records were sketchy, but there was about 675,000 people in the U.S. alone that died of this flu, and it targeted people from 20 to 40. It's just kind of interesting. So, the next slide. So, that's your town of Rangeley, and the old road to Dallas was sort of behind Grandview Ave and up behind the Saddleback Mortar Inn. So obviously when the snow came, they rolled the roads to get the horse and buggies up through there. And this is where the story begins. Okay, so it was 1910, about February 14th. Dr. Ross had received word that a child was being born at Geneva's homestead. Geneva was the local midwife and the widow of Lyman Dunham. The storm front was moving in as Dr. Ross moved his horse and buggy up over Dallas Hill. Geneva's daughter, remember Gracie, was heavy with child, and she had moved into Geneva's home. And then we're going to show you the cook stove, because this is the big part of this story. So as Dr. Ross entered the warm kitchen, he noticed the look of concern on Geneva's face. It was way too soon for this child to be born. He made his way to the back of the room where Gracie lay frightened and in pain, and then their worst fears were realized as a premature baby boy was quickly delivered. Dr. Ross and Geneva went out into the warm kitchen near the stove, and Dr. Ross handed the tiny body to Geneva and said, "He will not survive." And they wrapped him in a little cloth, and he fit in the palm of her hand. And Dr. Ross had seen more than his fair share of these prolonged sufferings, and was pretty practical about such matters, so he told Geneva it was best if you wrapped him in a cloth, put him in a carton, and put him out in the barn where Gracie couldn't hear him. And that's the way they did it back then. The best way to go was to just go to sleep in the cold. And those were the times. So, of course, Gracie cries out from the back room, "No, don't do that!" And Geneva then voiced her disapproval to the doctor also. Dr. Ross just shook his head sadly and began to pack his bag to head back to the village. Dr. Ross grabbed the door handle and he turned back and looked at Geneva and he said, "You know as well as I do, when you hear that death rattle in his throat, he will be gone." And then he slowly closed the wooden door behind him. Where's my door? As Gracie lays weeping in this back room, Geneva, she began to take the oil and just rub all over the little tiny body. And what she noticed is he had no fingernails, no toenails, and they could barely see any eyelashes. So she rubbed him with oil, and then she found a box, and she put some cotton batting in it, and she put oil all over that, and she laid the baby in the box. And then just stood there, wondering, what am I going to do? So Geneva was standing there near the wood stove, as you can see, and then all of a sudden the death rattle came. And with a panic, Gracie's crying from the back room, screaming, and Geneva doesn't know what to do, so she picked the box up and she threw it in the wood stove. Yeah, wood stove. And then just stood there, her heart pounding. She didn't know what to do. Oh. And then I need to tell you, there's a secret to these wood stoves. These women ran these wood stoves like machinery. They all had warming ovens. And if you operated that wood stove properly, that could be an incubator. So, through her tears and her pounding chest, she opened the door very silently, and then she noticed that he was breathing because he had gone silent. And she yelled to Gracie, "He's alive!" And so everybody had hope that, we're going to be able to save this child. So Geneva continues to keep him in the wood stove, in or around it. She takes little eyedroppers and she feeds him 2 teaspoons every 2 hours for months on end and keeps him oiled so that he doesn't dry out. He was so premature that when he went to sleep, she had to close his eyelids for him. So then what we named him was Carson P. Ellis, but he always got the nickname Half-Baked Joe. So she kept him, she did what she could. They couldn't dress him. They kept oiling him. And then finally, he was sturdy enough to put some clothes on. So we'll look at this next picture. Hey, your eyes would be popped out too if you were born in a wood stove, right? Raised in a wood stove. And so the wonderful part about this story is he was very feeble, very sickly, but he learned to walk. He learned to, we'll go to the next slide, he learned to ride his bike, right? And then he went on to go to school and college. And then this is all of his really favorite women. So we're going to go from right to left. That's the one that bore him. That's the one that baked him. And that's the one that married him. So the next photo. And this is him at 86 years old. And he died shortly after this photo. But hey, he made it longer than that doctor thought, so thank God they didn't stick him out in the barn, right? So anyway, after he died, I'm sure that Geneva was right there. And we're going to show this photo of Geneva. That's her next to the wood stove. And I'm sure she met him with the angels. And then she said, "There's nobody that should call you Half-Baked Joe, because I finished that job myself."
Thank you so much. So next up, we're gonna check in with Sonja, see how she's doing. So I'm not gonna show you yet. That's a later thing. Wow. I really like how you captured my eyes. I think you could capture the mustache. I thought I got rid of the mustache, but
I'll take that.
awesome. Thank you, Sonja. Okay. And next up?
Yeah, so next up, we have a poet here. I'm sure most of you heard of this particular poet. She taught down in Florida for 21 years. She has written 8 books, and she's here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Sidney Wade.
Thank you all for coming. I have written several books. I've written about lots of places. I've lived in Istanbul and Rome and Kansas and Florida. But Rangeley is my heart's home. And I'm going to read a few poems based here. And I'm hoping that many of you have had some of the similar experiences that the poems refer to. The first one is called Boulder. This world is full of beautiful surprises. Here's one. One bright blue noon on Loon Lake, I sat on the porch eating lunch and watched a chipmunk on the compost pile nibble a strand of spaghetti until he'd consumed it all, and then I heard a tremendous fluster in the lake. A moose had quietly been munching on underwater plants, fine delicacies to northern ruminant types, and what I had taken to be a boulder turned out to have been her shoulder, as her submerged mouth hoovered up all the juicy stems of my lilies until her hungry lungs ached for air, and she reared her head in a great splendor of bright water, a sloshing, slurping slurry of mud and stems, profuse and dripping from her streaming maw, as she observed me coolly before heading down for more. Thank you. In the past, I've been known to swim across the lake. It's only a half-mile wide. I grew up on salt water, so I'm never comfortable in lake water. So this poem is called The Creeps. Today is just like yesterday, except for a swim across the lake, whose water creeps me out, most always has since long ago when I first discerned the rusty devil's claws in the shallows under my canoe that seemed to strain to leap from the lake bed up to drag me and my tipsy craft down into their jagged clutch. Nevertheless, I jump into the cold black water and tie the swim ring to my ankle in case of cramp, or worse. What could be worse? I'll tell you. It's when you reach the deep interior, a quarter-mile from either solid shore, and that dark beast who's kept to those silent depths forever will look up and notice above him in the blue a feast, 2 naked legs winking whitely in the high firmament of his world, and who will surely rise to investigate what might be for him a revelation of flavor and swirl akin to that of an oyster, or maybe a pearl on toast. Wild raspberry. How many of you have hunted for wild raspberries? I'm sure you've had this experience. On a muggy summer day in a very buggy berry patch, you find a fine plump jewel and reach for it when, over there, a huge and dazzling juicier morsel, bigger than your thumb, hanging by a spider's thread. But as you tug on the now humble nub, the sublimer number falls and is lost forever in that murky hole in the dark, precarious mess of wet slash and roots beneath your sorry feet. This is a little anomalous poem for tonight. I'm going to read to you a poem about a Florida bird. I taught for many years at the University of Florida and grew to love this particular owl. It's called a burrowing owl. Very odd, this little cloud in trousers in the sandy fortress favored by prairie dog and gopher tortoise. On the mound at the mouth hole, he scouts around with sibylline yellow eyes, and then owl-wise decides to clean house. He dives down, and soon great clouds of smudge come flying out, his home now clean as a bone. A diurnal owl, he's upside down and inside out, at ease not in trees, but underground, where his mate broods on her 8 fragile moons in an immaculate burrow whose contours are lined with cow manure.
with some more, and she sang in the pit for Chicago. Anybody see Chicago? What a dedicated group of people that was. And who was the director? And Carolyn right here. Put your hand up. Put your hand up. A tour de force if ever there was one. And to bring us out of Act 1, as we do finish, please go back out. Food, drink, be merry. We'll have 10 minutes. And I'm going to give you the house band right now. Suncan Dam.
Evening, folks. This is Mason.
Hi, Mason.
Hey, all. Mason got a bigger school. We thought a family-friendly radio show would be a great occasion to play one of the classic American murder ballads. Here's Banks of the Ohio.
10 minutes. Go take care of yourselves. Get on back here. We're going to go to Act 2.
All right, welcome back to Mountain Home Companion, live at the Lakeside Theater. The hunting is optional, baby strollers are converted into snow plows, plaid is the new orange, and the town has so many jobs, people have 3 to 4 just to afford to live here. Shout out to my Good Shepherd kid.
Our next sponsor is Granny's Whoopie Pies. Grandpa loves eating Granny's Whoopie Pies. Grandpa loves eating Granny's. Grandpa loves eating Granny's pies. Grandpa loves eating Granny's. Grandpa loves eating Granny's pies. Grandpa says nothing tastes better than Granny's Whoopie Pies. After a high cholesterol gorging fest, Granny loves making whoopie pies with Grandpa.
Get ready for more tasty treats and even better looks because here is Dean Gray.
Yes. All right, you know me. This is Dean for the Rangeley Townhouse Mail Site. For the week of July 6th, Monday, we have soup with grilled cheese and peaches for dessert. Tuesday, Italian sub sandwich and chocolate pudding. Wednesday, stuffed shells with eclair cake for dessert. Thursday, roast pork, mashed potato, veggie, and pears for dessert. And Judy's last meal is Friday. And what is it? Okay. Fish chowder with lemon cake. Everyone in the audience is welcome to come and enjoy Judy's home-cooked meals from 11 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Donation for the meal is $8. Meals can be made to go. A bottle of water or a cup of juice, cold juice is included. We are located in the old high school, 14 School Street, in the back. This is Dean. Keep listening for more. This is Dean. Keep listening to WRGY for more tasty treats. Don't wait, there's more. You've heard me say this is Dean for the Rangeley Townhouse Mail Site. For the past 2 years, Monday through Friday, 3 times a day if you're a frequent WRGY listener. Well, Judy Plogg, the cook at the meal site, lifelong resident of Rangeley, is retiring after 4 years of cooking affordable meals in the old high school where she graduated from in 1976, bicentennial year. I graduated in 76 too from a different school, you know, so she and I are the same age. Judy plans the meals, orders the food, cooks the food, and serves the food with a smile, with help from her volunteers, and I know one of them is here, Bradshaw Cummings, and there, Bradshaw and I've been buddies. I took him into Boston for surgeries and things. We became fast buddies. He's wonderful. I play Scrabble with him once a week. He tries to beat me, but you know. Judy was the first person I encountered here when I moved to Rangeley a little over 3 years ago. Now she and I are the best of friends. She is a caring soul at the meal site, conversing and laughing with her customers, old and new. Well, it's time for her to hang up her apron and to have more time holding her new grandson. And go camping with her husband, Maurice. Yay! After this week, you will still find Judy at the Rangeley Townhouse Community Room on Tuesday nights playing cribbage for that 29-point hand. Judy, I know you're listening on WRGY right now. I know you love the folks in Rangeley, and Rangeley loves you. So God bless Judy Plug and God bless America.
Dean Gray! Thanks, Dean. Thank you, Judy. I'm sure that you'll get those 29 points, no doubt about it. And with that, excuse me?
Unless Carmen gets those.
Yeah, Carmen. Some real competition over this woman, don't mess. We're all afraid when she has to start using a cane because she'll just whack, whack, whack. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Oh, well, we got something coming up, right?
Yeah, wait, Tim. Oh my gosh.
What?
Is that Ron Haines in the audience?
No way. Ron Haines is here?
How fantastic is that?
Ron, can you stay?
Can we persuade you to come up on stage here and tell a quick, emphasis on the quick Rangeley story?
Oh, Ron, come on. You know you want to tell us. Hey, Claire, is it okay if we borrow him for a minute or two?
Come on up here, Ron.
Boy, you really put up a major fight there, Claire. You know, how many of you here know Ron Haines? Well, you know he always has a story or two tucked away in his pocket. And I think if we give him a little encouragement, he might be able to give us one here tonight. Give him a round.
Down there, I can hear and see everybody. Up here, I can't see anybody out there. Well, that's okay. I'm supposed to do something special, and I'm going to try to. Last couple weeks ago, and I was at church, and after church we have a little bit of luncheon downstairs, and a young boy there, Harry Clark. Anybody know Harry Clark? Yeah, he's only 90. We call him young, okay? And Harry Clark started telling about this chicken coop thing that he hated to clean the chicken coop because it smelled and stinks and it was unsafe and all this trash about this. And then I happened to think I had an experience like that one time back in my childhood. I was on the farm. So let me just take that a little bit further at this point. My history of my family, it goes back to a place on Rangeley Lake that's called Haines Point. Does anybody know where Haines Point is? I know Joe knows here. Everybody from the south side knows about this one. And it goes back to 1840 because Squire Rangeley gave families that would move here for 5 years equivalent to 100 acres of land. And two Haines brothers came here, and one of them settled on the Haines Point going down the main lake, and my great-grandfather settled on the Haines Point going down to Samoset Camps. Some of you may follow me, the rest of you I don't care about. So that was named there until 1952, and any maps after that, they kind of erased it and gave it another name. But anyhow, good long history. And we were brought up on that farm. So what happened was, I really am a Rangeley boy. But my accident, my mother got pregnant in the month of July. So the baby came, me, in April, 29th of April. And my dad had gone to work in the winter in skin and mink in Reading, Massachusetts, and I was born in Winchester Hospital. I'm sorry. Isn't that awful? Anybody from Massachusetts here? Thank you. You saved my life. At least you're human. Yeah, okay. And then my grandfather passed away, and my dad was the youngest of 8 children, which is a very common number in those days, and he returned to the farm. And in the time that I was gone, my aunt had an illegitimate child, and in those days, that was difficult because there's also depression, and it was very difficult. So my grandmother took on this child, and he's part of this story now, and his name was Royal Tillman. And some of you maybe up there from the south side maybe even remember him. So when I returned home, he was brought up as my brother. We knew nothing different. We didn't, this child was he was my brother. So my dad goes away to the military in 1943. Did everybody hear me? Yes. Stamp twice. Go ahead, stamp twice. Okay, good. I hear some of you, but the rest of you are too lazy. Okay, so Timmy and I brought up together. My dad goes in 1943 to the military, Greenland, thank God. And in 1945, he's back. And he brought back 2 little instruments. He learned how to smoke when he was in the military, because a lot of guys do. And they had that Zippo lighter. Some of you old people know Zippo lighters? Yeah. You flip it and you zip it. So, okay, we got hold of these. He had 2 of them. So this is fun. We go flip it. He's 9 years old now, and I'm 7. So we flip it, we scratch it. Yeah, this was pretty good. This thing really is fun. Let's do it some more. So we practiced. And all of a sudden we thought up this idea, let's have a contest. Who can do it the fastest? Light something on fire. Why are you laughing? People, they should set things on fire. Well, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old don't know that. So, we turn around and there's the chicken coop. It's not funny either. It's not funny at all. There's steaks in there. The chicken coop was about, I would say 28 or 30 feet long, and the whole side that faced us to the house had a sheet of plastic, you'd call it now. And you could see through it, which means it's what kind of, is it translucent? Yeah. Translucent, right? Yeah. You can't see through it. That's okay. But light can go through it, it's translucent, right? I got it right. First time ever. Okay, and this translucent sheet all the way down the chicken coop, so it'll be light inside the chicken coop. We can go in, pick up the eggs. Chickens are happier, I guess, when they can see. So anyhow, we walk up to the shed for the chicken thing. This sheet of plastic, let me put this down. I don't need this anymore. And then chicken coop, opening, cover, and the extra stuff from that plastic is hanging below. Good place to start a fire. So we practiced a little bit. Let's speed up. Okay? We're ready for the contest. Now, if you lived a long time ago, and I see a lot of people that lived a long time ago, this plastic is not like we have today. It's nitrocellulose. Very flammable. Scratch, scratch, boom! Harry, that's how you clean out a chicken out. Chickens come out everywhere. Feathers flying, no smell at all. Holy crap, what's that? And it's the only time I ever gave my Timmy, who was his name, any credit for beating me, because he was older, but I was a little faster or something. I always used to beat him, but this time I said, he lit it, he lit it. And now I'll end on one sad note. This young man is brought up as my brother. He lived with us in our family until he was 16 years old. And his mother married. And she came from New York City and got him. He went to New York for 1 year. He returned the next summer here to Rangeley, and he drowned.
Haines.
We're really bringing in the tears today. I think it'll get us another underwriter.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. All right, we have another weather report, but this one is not being brought to us by Russ Murley. He's been called out for a little bit. This one is being brought to us by Stormy Clearwater with the next weather update.
I know I look like Russ Murley, but this is Stormy Clearwater with her emotionally unstable 5-day forecast. We started today with clear skies, but like your ex, they ghosted us by noon. Tonight, we're expecting sudden mood swings, followed by clear skies, then torrential downpours, and then back to clear skies. All in the span of a Taylor Swift song. That's Rangeley.
All right, I think it's time we pick another prize winner here. All right, so this trivia question, you're all, we're doing a trivia question. Not a raffle. Not a raffle, sorry, I lied. Sorry, I lied. But you can still win. Nope.
Wow. So fast.
Okay, sorry, put the bowl back. Okay, sorry, trivia question. So there's a song that's allegedly orbiting in space right now on a cassette player. It's a Rangeley famous song. Can anyone tell me what it is?
Give me a daisy a day.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so you just won a Frosty gift card. So come see us after the show and we'll get that for you. Yeah.
Wiener!
Lobster roll.
We take requests now? I'd like to have a limousine if you don't mind. Just a quick check over here with our girl Sonja. Whoop-a-da, hoppity, doop-a-da, hoo. Look at this. Look at everybody. Oh, that's right, you can't. It is absolutely amazing. It's looking beautiful.
Oh, my arms are tired.
She just flew in. This is how Van Gogh got it started when they were having a fundraiser for the local Telegraph. Okay. All right. Hey, we've got Sidney coming up again for some more poetry. Ready?
So the next poem is about a loon. Who has not seen a loon? No. Okay. We all know what a loon looks like. Loon. Designed in cold, beautiful lines, brilliantined black head, fire-red eyes that defy the darkness of the water in which it thrives. In pure lines, it dives for lively prey, lightning in black, as it sweeps its waterways with piercing eyes. At home in deep cold water, at home in the dome of the sky, at home in flight as it roams from summer to winter, its unearthly cries haunt our sleep. They bring splinters of wildness to our nights as we navigate through dreams and the streaming wakes of the trails we earthlings make. This next poem is called Littoral. That means the close-in shore. Basically, it's a story about me and a dragonfly on a dock. Littoral. A dragonfly alights beside me on the dock and cocks its head the better to observe the inert and reddening barge of flesh looming large above him on this flawless, bright and windy afternoon. He's not the flashy type, dull brown with compound ashy eyes, a bit rotunda than the sky blue dancer with the black and lacy wings, whose great and fancy beauty pings the atmosphere with instant sapphire pleasure when it deigns to appear, and which always brings more than a whiff of high art to the party. I wonder what he makes of me, this finely bulging little ounce of God's intelligence. He might recall Chagall's Le Poète allongé, the poet lying down, and rightly suspect I'd imbibed a wee bit too much wine last night. Or maybe he admires my complicated hues, the perforated, subtle, light-thrown shadows, the staccato under the radar, the tonal score of a lucky poet who on good days understands the soul as form of forms, who also lives in fear of the possibility that the gods might have no need for her at all. Or maybe he's just resting in the sun, his manifold eyes transmitting 60 million times this vision to his tiny conscious mind. Light on the horizon, that ever-porous littoral where the bright bleeds through the borders of the darkening shore. And this last poem is called Run On, and that's basically what it is. I'm just going to run on for a while thinking about things. It was written at the time of the George Bush administration, which I was very unhappy about. And, anyway, but at the end it ends up being a poem in memoriam of my dear friend Hugh Ogden. Does anybody know him? Beautiful man who we lost too soon. Run on. Caveat emptor. We'll be running on together for a while, and I'll be carving up the spiritual possibilities in the background, and we might find from time to time a reprise of that old sublime and unhappy opera, The Roaring Desire for More, which is, after all, the dire wilderness we all tend to navigate with tender regard for our poor, poor hands. So here's the plan. I'll serve as the bravura conduit to intuition land, and you provide the filthy lucre, and we'll orchestrate a balanced dance, accompanied perhaps by some nuanced romantic fumbling, or maybe even some Christian death threats from the right side of the brain, which is the nurse douloureuse of macaronic verse. Oh, caro babbino, now don't you feel better? Not really. That nurse is standing on her histrionic feet and yelling that a Wolfowitz in shit's clothing is marauding in our fold, a vast and uncurtailed misprision of vision. Oh la, le pauvre. He and his pals ace the test of violence and shame every time they take them. Then they stash the crude oil under the bed. What a tired old cliche. They should be taking care of the waifs and the orphans. Instead, they congregate at the mouth of the Bible Factory outlet. I ask you, what is this great and golden whirl coming to? Or what is the chief effect of this pageant, as Mr. Stevens, very late of Hartford, asks, as did my great friend Hugh, more newly late of Hartford. Gone on New Year's Eve, he strapped on skis and glided over the thinnest, merest whisper of new ice, which failed him. Then immobilizing cold gathered him slow in its heavy arms. And now, on this, the brighter side of the divide, we're poorer by one vivid, loving, slight and wiry barefoot man, bandanaed, wild-haired, fond of smoke and poems. And I wonder how the lanyard of history will tether this single glazing loss to the catalog of misery it is so surely compiling in its always forthcoming great long poem.
Okay, I know I lied to you earlier, and I know I got booed for it. So we're actually going to do another raffle off script right now. We have another WRGY t-shirt and another Frosty gift card, so we're actually going to raffle it this time.
And we're going to fill this up with a giant margarita. 5 straws.
Okay, you ready? Everyone ready? Ready. 035. Yippee!
Elise!
Awesome.
Speaking of Chicago, did you guys see Elise in Chicago? Yeah, just shake it a little bit, baby. And one more song here from Suncan Duncan. Suncan Dam.
Here goes the Nashville Blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. I got the blues, those Nashville blues. Ain't got no high. I got the blues, I got them bad. I got the blues, I got them bad. How love you stole that girl I had. I wish I was a turtle dove. I wish I was a turtle dove. I fly away to the one I love.
Oh, man. Don't be afraid.
Going back to Arkansas. I'm going back to Arkansas. Gonna stay right there with my mom and pa. She's gone away from me. She's gone away from me. One thing she left, she left me free. My old banjo is out of tune. My old banjo is out of tune. And up above is August moon. I got the blues, those national blues. I got the blues, those national blues. Ain't got no hat, ain't got no shoes.
In the not-so-distant past, for one full year, a spy of unknown country's origin was embedded in the backwoods town of Rangeley, Maine. Their assignment was to observe the people in their natural environment and inform their handlers with the final report. We, the Crack News reporting team of WRGY, have been able to get our hands on this audio report and are ready to present it here to you today. Excerpts from day one have been edited, probably by yours truly.
I am riding in Rangeley on my sporty Vesper to fit in with local peoples. It is 3rd day of July before big celebration happened before on tomorrow the 4th. I am wearing Buffalo Bill's helmet and red plaid shorts to fit in. I am surrounded by angels from hell, and they are riding their swine.
Hey, I like your ride. Did your mommy give you that?
No! Did your mommy give you your swine to ride?
Sort of. She helped me pay for it.
I see tattoo on arm that say, Mom in heart. You must really love your mommy.
She's my ride or die.
Okay, well enjoy ride to hell. I can park my Vesper anywhere. I am stopping at what looked like old-time pioneer merchant. It has signs say, Igga. I walk through doors opened by ghosts. Something smells very good, like opening ceremony for cat hunting season. So much food is filling shelves. Music reminds me of discotheques back home. Very modern. Music not make me cry. It is prices. Now I know what price infatuation means. Not long downhill, I see what look like long conga line. Important leaders must be here. I will park and join long line. What are we lined up to see, and what are those minarets of frozen cream peoples are walking with? They look like religious icons. Oh no, they are licking them.
You're not from around here, are you, bud?
Why you say that? I am regular Joe just like you.
Uh-huh. Come on. Where you from, really?
Phillips.
That makes sense.
Why are girls sticking heads out like in guillotine?
They're taking orders.
They're frosty girls? Hi there. Can I take your order? No, that's not me. That's you. You go.
Hi there, can I take your order?
Yes, clean my Vesper.
We don't have that flavor.
There's a menu to choose from, buddy.
So many choosings. Oh, do you have moose scat?
Moose tracks?
No, moose droppings. My mother makes best fried reindeer poop in whole village.
Just moose tracks.
Okay, moose tracks will lead to their scat.
That'll be $6.35.
Can I tap you for it?
Excuse me? We only accept cash.
Oh, stupid me. You mean currency.
Yeah, dead presidents.
I like your way of thinking. I do not have any dead presidents. I only know how to tap.
Then I'm sorry, we won't be able to serve you.
Then I must leave tiny temple of frosty delights. I will walk up street. There are many people. Many people. More than two. I'm so lonely, I wish someone would speak to me.
Hey, buddy. You want to adopt a duck?
A duck! Duck! Oh no, what happened to its parental unit?
Nothing happened to them. These ducks are for racing.
You are forcing orphans to race?
You can win a prize if your duck wins.
If I adopt duck, can I set it free?
If you pay for it, you can do whatever you want.
Then I will adopt all your ducks. Can I tap you for them?
No, we only accept cash.
You mean dead presidents?
That's one way of saying it.
I only have a Franklin. Goodbye, little orphans. You know, people seem to like my plaid shorts and point at them. I do not blame them. I look flaming. Peoples are everywhere. Police cars have on lights and sirens. Oh no! They have been informed of my presence. I must remember rule number 1 in spy book. Do not panic and defecate. All is A-OK, Joe. I am from Phillips. Oh, golly good, only false alarm. Oh. Little humans get closer. Peoples clap louder. A whole lot of peoples clap louder. The closer they get, they ride on bikes and are pushed in baby insects. I mean baby buggies. It reminds me of Death March in Great War. There's a happy-go-around spinning and playing scary music. Really loud scary music. Oh, little humans look dizzy like Uncle Igor after too much vodka. One is jumping up and down on stick, on up and down stick. We use these back home to kill snakes. This reminds me of when I go to Grateful Dead show and someone give me a piece of paper to eat. These little humans are throwing food to the screaming peoples on side of streets, and other little humans are running out to pick up food. I think they must be starving. I will ask this man, are you people starving and these little humans are feeding you?
No, it's tradition.
To starve?
No, to throw candy to the children.
Oh, you mean the candy with the sugars in it?
That's right.
So you want these other little humans to have teeth fall out and lose appendages later in life?
You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm from Phillips. Men walk away. I think I may have uncovered evil secret they hide. Oh, I have reached the lake. They have navy with many boats. Many boats, different kinds of boats. And jets that ski. And water air force. I can hear crazy birds. It is dark now after eating smoky chickens and shredded cows. Oh no, final body in coffin. Bombs in air. Not that many, but some. Back home when this happened, people run to underground bunkers. But here in America, they lay out blankets and glow in rockets blue and green and jello and red glare. They are happy and cheer. And big booms. And people erupt into frenzy of fanatical hollers. I am scared for life of mine. Now, I am entering one of the many alcohol huts. One vodka, please.
Shot?
No, but almost blown up.
Rocks?
No, by bombs.
Neat?
Maybe neat for you, but fill glass for me. Can I tap you for it?
You sure can.
Oh, good!
You're not from around here, are you?
No. This little town is prepared for battle. I am telling you that. Invasion cannot happen here. I repeat, cannot happen here. They must have seen propaganda film Red Dawn. I don't know if I will survive whole year. If I don't make it home, tell my babushka I love her fried reindeer to poop, and she can find my grave in Phillips.
All right. Our next sponsor is a pharmaceutical drug fresh off beta testing for warding off insects. Are you attending an outdoor family reunion this summer and insects consider you the main course? Then ask your doctor to prescribe you Zix. That's Z-Y-X. It has all the important letters in its name, so it must be potent. Take one Zix every 10 minutes and it will excrete toxins through your pores that will leave insects as turned off to biting you as the family is to eating Aunt Phyllis's tuna casserole. Possible side effects are diarrhea, constipation, heart attack, hallucinations, understanding of football, like tuna casserole, nausea, liver damage, blisters the size of baseballs, death. But hey, the bugs will buzz off.
And now with this evening's final weather report, Mr. Russ Murley. As reliable as his reports.
That was colder than a January morning, Jim. Okay, here's your completely useless 8-day outlook. And I only say that because I used to work at Channel 8. This weather update is brought to you by the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Tomorrow, chance of scattered decisions, followed by more rain. But that's only if you forgot your umbrella. Temps will hover near the I wore the wrong damn outfit levels again. There you have it.
Russ Murley, come on, give it to him. Very lucky to have such a talented crew here at have the opportunity to shout out to Dave McMillan, because Dave, from the very beginning, years and years and years ago, this was his dream, was to not only bring a theater for the children to have in town, but also to create a radio station, always tinkering, always playing, always making. This guy, he doesn't stop. And I'm just talking about in people's mouths. That's but truly, WRGY is largely thanks to David Miller.
That we wanted to read. So Tim, I'm going to have you read them actually.
Oh, no, we can take turns.
Oh, no.
Now, you good folks, this is for you and all those folks at home and those folks that are here. Go ahead. Let's give a little skippity wow, skippity wow. Happy 70th birthday to Smiley from Ken McDavid.
Shout out to the directors, cast, and choreographers of Chicago. Go RFA and
Hi, Mom and Gigi, with love from Rangeley, Burritt. Burritt! Who named your child Burritt?
So happy to be back home in Rangeley after a New York City winter, Liz.
No fish is a match for Ian. Who wrote that? All right, you meant it, right? Fish is a match for Ian.
Eddie is the grill master.
Iris and Tim are the best duo ever. No, this wasn't her aunt.
I saw the handwriting. A shout out to Lori, yeah, right?
Yep.
Lori, listening from
Monument, Colorado. From Monument, Colorado. Wish you were here, Diane and Paul.
thank you. Y'all's hand.
Colin.
Okay. For taking care of my tadpoles. Of Tom.
Well done to all of you people with your handwriting. You really do such a great job. Congrats to Sarah and Jeffrey on their engagement. We hope it lasts. Not the engagement, the marriage that follows. Get a date.
Shout out to Big Cat and Pam tuning in from New York City.
And a shout out to Dave and Terry and everything they do for WRGY.
Congrats to all performers. We have plenty more, but we are going to read them live on WRGY, so better listen. That's all I got.
And I just want to throw out one more personal to a friend of ours who just left here today and headed out to the great big blue skies for Botswana. That would be Sue Downs Borco. Susie Downs. We wish her Godspeed. Very lucky to have her. And this evening's final sponsor is Honest Ed's Easy Credit, where the head of his credit company is Miss Helen Wade. If you're looking for credit with less than 25% APR, then visit Honest Ed's and go to Helen Wade.
Okay, while we're clearing some stuff, up next, we got Noah Greenlaw doing a really cool thing that I was wondering. I was like, how do you get into doing this specific act? So you'll see what I mean. Because you just wake up one day and say, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And he's been doing it for 15 years. You ever hear poi? Oh, well, you're in for it now. Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Greenlaw. Lights.
fire. But the code says no, there's fire here. We say boo to the fire. Fellow Greenlaw, everybody.
I'm tired just looking at that. That's crazy.
Okay, I think it's time for the big.
No. Sonja? How you feeling,
It'll
Sonja?
come with an IOU. I'll finish it in the next few minutes if you go get something to eat after. How's that?
That sounds perfect. That sounds. But we're not going to show you.
Canvas, guys. Just saying.
Come on. Give it to her. Already done, just going like this. You know? She was doing it as we were performing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Fergus, for the loan of the image.
Awesome. So we're gonna auction this off. So one of you will get the chance to win this painting. So here we have Dean Gray, who's gonna lead the auction. So we already have a starting bid of $75. So Dean, take it away.
$75. That's, oh, I can't see how many arms are going up. Let's see. Terry's gonna hold the painting. All right.
Yeah, Terry.
I hear $75.
$175.
$175. Whoa, Nellie. All right. Do I hear 200?
200.
All right. Do I hear 250?
250 back
All
there,
right.
Kathy.
250 right here. Wow, very good. Now, look at this painting. Look at this. This is a donation to WRGY. And you know that a lupine is a plant of the pea family with deeply divided leaves and tall, colorful, tapered spikes of flowers.
300.
I just found, excuse me?
300.
300. 300 in the back there. 300. Do I hear 350? 350 right there, right down the middle. Woo! WRGY loves all you people, I tell you. Holy moly.
400.
400? 400 is wonderful. Oh gosh, WRGY loves this. Do I hear 425? Do I hear 425 right there in the back? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, 425. Woo, Nelly. All right, do I hear 450? I hear 450. I see 450 right over there. Oh, my breath. I'm out of breath. Mamma mia. Wow, 450. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Wow. 475 where? All right, 475. I hear 475. Wow, do I hear 500? Do I hear 500? 500. Okay, do I hear 525? I have 500 back here. 525 right here, and on the almost first row. And these are brand new seats. You know, you're all sitting in brand new seats. You know, there's no gum underneath them. Thank you, 525. Wonderful. I'm going to go to 550. Do I hear 550? Do I hear 550? All right, 525 going once.
Come on, last chance.
525 going twice. Sold! 525! Wow, WRGY loves you. The whole Rangeley region loves you. And before you know it, Timster's gonna love you, I tell you.
Don't threaten the lady.
I feel like some of the people you all were with were like, stop that. We're auctioning this off, so. But thank you all so much for contributing and being here tonight. We really appreciate it, so. Hey, Tim.
Hi, Iris Ramirez, everybody. So we're winding down now. We're going to bring the rest of the cast out. Come on out, everybody. We're going to have a little sing-along. You guys want a little sing-along? Yeah. It's a good way to start a night with a whole bunch of good friends. Get around a fire. You've had a couple pops in you, and you just let your lungs burst it out. I think you may know the song. And if you don't, we threw it up on the white board for you. All right. And the one, and the two.
He remembers the first thing she said. He remembers the first time he held her, and the night that she came to his bed. He remembers the sweet way of saying, "Honey, honey, has something gone wrong?" He remembers the fun and the teasing, and the reason he wrote her the song. I'll give you a daisy, a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy, a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still.
Now you know it.
They would walk down the street in the evening, and for years I've seen them go by, and to love them was more than the clothes that they wore could be seen in the gleam of their eyes. As a kid they would take me for candy, and I'd love to go tagging along. We'd hold driving going to the corner, and the old man would sing her his song. I'll give you a daisy, a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy, a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still.
You really know who Linda is.
Now he walks down the street in the evening, and he stops by the old candy store, and I somehow believe he's believing that it's older and black before. For he feels all the love walking with him, and he smiles at things she might say. And the old man walks up to the hilltop, and he gives her a daisy a day.
Everybody!
I'll give you a daisy a day, dear. I'll give you a daisy a day. I'll love you until the rivers run still, and the winds blow away.
Thank you so much to everyone for being here, and we also just want to give a thank you to the entire cast, starting with Tom Ball, Greenlaw,
You don't know.
Johnson.
Leslie Ferguson.
Ron Haines.
Jason Strunk.
Duncan Stewart.
David Willis.
A special shout out to Terry for being our stage manager.
Sidney Wade. Our Foley
Our
Queens.
Foley Queens. Hannah McMillan and Natalie Alves. And I'm Iris Ramirez.
And I'm Dennis Stroud.
And you've been tuned in to WRGY 90.5 FM's Mountain Home Companion.
And as always,
Thanks for listening
peace
and love.